Hey everyone, I'm making a live chat. I don't know exactly how this is going to work. So anyways, here I am. I'm making a video about, how to keep yourself healthy. Hang on a sec. I wasn't super prepared, but that's how live streams work. I thought is, you just kind of go and see what happens as you go. So I'm making this live video because there's a lot of things going on right now with coronavirus and it's affecting a lot of people. But I just thought in general it's really good to review how to stay healthy and also just how to clean your home or your living space, because sometimes we just kind of forget some quick easy things, even when we're sick, because it's just hard to remember. So these are just some things to help you right now if you are feeling sick or you want to avoid being sick, and just how to clean your home in general to disinfect and to keep, bacteria and stuff away. So one thing that I really like to do and just incorporate when I'm starting to feel kind of low in my, health, I'm not feeling quite right, I feel yucky, but I'm not quite sick yet, is to start taking vitamin C like right away. And I think if you take 1,000, I forget if it's milligrams, but a pretty good dose of vitamin C regularly just during that time, it can really help boost your immune system. Also drinking lots of water and just fluids, tea, Gatorades. This is my water that I drink while I'm home. And then also things like making sure you're getting plenty of rest. You need to be getting like 8 hours of sleep at least. And so that's really important as well. And getting really decent sleep is important. Another thing that really is helpful is, let's say you start feeling those cold symptoms, or I don't know, any kind of symptoms, and they're kind of increasing or getting worse. I would suggest not just going straight to the doctor, but try to get medicine that is specific to what symptoms you have. So let's say you have an itchy throat. Maybe instead of getting like cold medicine, try to get like allergy medicine, because at least I've noticed, a lot of cold medicines, they tend to just have multi-symptom benefits. But if you only have like one symptom, try to get the kind of medicine that just treats that one thing. Allergy medicine, I'm not really sure if there are, multiple things it will treat, but if you have like that post-nasal drip and sore throat, that'll probably help with that. And then if you have a cold, there are usually like plenty of different symptoms to try to attack. It might be good to just like write down your symptoms. I know that sounds like kind of silly, but just write out, what the symptoms are. You can also figure out how severe, just for yourself. Like, is it like a 1? It's not so bad. Or is it like a 5? It's kind of in the middle, not the best. Or is it like a 10, really kind of severe? And then another thing I like to do is, once I hit like multiple symptoms and I'm not getting better with the medicine that I've decided to take, I will go to the doctor. And obviously, I'm not a medical expert, so don't go to me, and just take my word for it. Always, do your own research, and also make sure that you're checking in with your doctor. Sometimes doctors will even just talk with you over the phone. It depends. You may not be able to talk to your doctor, but you might be able to talk to a nurse practitioner, and they can give you even some advice over the phone. I don't think they can, diagnose you over the phone. And so it's really up to you what you want to do, like what course of action you're going to take. Because I think a lot of people, they want to go straight to the doctor. And it's because, they're nervous. They don't want to miss out on work or taking care of things at home, friends, family, whatever is going on. But, your health is really important. And so, just be sure to take care of that first, even before worrying about all the things you have to do in a day. If you do need to, have a sick day where you're not able to really do much, please just really take that seriously, your rest, and just totally rest. If you have some energy, do something. Keep it to like a short amount of time. Sometimes you get that little boost of energy and you're like, okay, now I'm going to go clean the entire house. And then 2 hours later, you're like, I'm exhausted. I don't know why I did that, because you had that little burst of energy. Because when you're sick, you might have these fluctuations of you're dead tired, you can't do anything, and then all of a sudden, I think I want to do something. So just from my personal experience, I've learned to do something small, and then don't overestimate how much you can do. Try to like underestimate, be like, okay, I'm only gonna do like the dishes if I have any energy, and just like something very basic. Or go for a little stroll outside, but don't go for like a hike in the woods, you know. Another good thing while you're sick, no matter what you have, is really during the day, if you do feel like sleeping, sleep. I know a lot of people are like, well, it's not good to interrupt, your sleep cycle. If you sleep during the day, you won't be able to sleep at night. However, when you're sick, it's really important to sleep when you need to sleep. Do you need to make yourself sleep? No, you don't need to like take a sleep aid so that you take a nap during the day. That's just from some of the things I've learned. I don't tend to nap, but I tend to just really lay low. I'm really like an expert with that when I'm sick. So another thing I'd like to talk about now is just how we need to be sure that we're sanitizing, our home. So the place that we live. Some of you might just live in a room in a house. You don't have ownership or any sort of, um, you know, leasing of a entire apartment or anything like that. No matter what, think about the place where you're cooking, the bathroom, your bedroom, whatever spaces you mainly use. And I would just sanitize that. A lot of the time, lately I've been using just vinegar, white vinegar, not apple cider vinegar, and some water. So you make kind of like a half and half, or some sort of um, ratio. You don't have to be exact. And you can disinfect like most viruses and bacteria that way. Also, you can use hydrogen peroxide. So you would kind of dilute it in the same way. And that's just really important to disinfect your surfaces. Another thing is when you are using cups and things like that, don't reuse them. One of the things that I'm trying to do, I've had a cold since probably, let's see, today's Sunday, so like a little over a week. And I've been trying, after I just drink, out of my cup, to wash it or put it in the dishwasher. And then I get a fresh cup every time I'm drinking. And the reason why is like your mouth, anything like forks, plates, and all of that, they need to be disinfected while you're sick. So you really want to do that. Another thing about that is that you need to use hot water. So dishwashers are great, but also if you're hand washing, be sure to just really use some hot water. Put on your rubber gloves so you don't scald yourself, but really take those precautions. And another great thing while you're home, these are just a couple things, guys. You can add to it, change certain things if you don't like, this specific way. But cracking the windows in your home, opening the shades, letting the sunlight in, just adding fresh air and sunlight into your living space. Even if it's cold outside, just crack it, let some air flow in. It's really great for the air quality. So let's say you're sick or you're feeling like you might be getting sick. You want to start making the air purified. If you have I think it's a air filter purifier thing. I don't know what they're called. I have one, and you can also do that with the windows closed if for some reason, you are too cold or, things like that. That's fine. But yeah, just really the air quality is so important to purify. And so, yeah, that's what I am doing actually right now, except for the windows cracked. I did that yesterday. The windows are open all day, and it was great. Another thing I just wanted to say is, let's say you have hand towels or things that you, I don't know, touch with your hands a lot that's fabricy. I don't know what that might be for you. Some people use like dish rags, meaning to wipe down counters. They have just little cloths to spray and wipe. Don't reuse those. Like, wash everything that you use with your hands and surfaces. Surfaces will probably harbor a lot of the bacteria, and you really don't want to reuse that thing that you just wiped on the surface. So be sure to disinfect it. If you are going to, you could probably turn up that high heat in the water, the hot water, and just really work it out, rinsing it. And you can really do a lot of things so that you're thinking about how you're sanitizing and disinfecting, because things travel really quickly. For instance, if you are touching your face, you have to think about, what did you just touch, and could you be transferring it onto you, even in your own home? I'm not just talking about in public. If you do have to go out in public, that's a whole other, thing. Especially right now, there are a lot of people who are closing business and, whatever. So you might only be able to go to your local pharmacy, doctor, market, and stuff like that. So you really need to just watch, what you're touching, and then, are you touching yourself? For ladies, at least, we're usually touching our hair to try to get it out of our face or something like that. Or, if you are kind of sick, you might touch your nose, you're not even thinking. And you need to actually think about those things. Bring tissues, hand sanitizer. Some people are using face masks. That's up to you. Like, if you have a cough and it's not controllable. It's not like, oh, if I just suck on a cough drop, I'll be okay. It's like, you're going to be coughing, and it's just part of your sickness. I would consider buying a face mask. I'm lucky, I guess, because I am a custodian, and they provided all of those things to us. We have face masks already, because a lot of them are, out of stock or whatever. And we have, products, and we have toilet paper, and we have all this stuff that is running out in the stores. But, I'm not panicking, because inside I know that, there will be probably many different ways to get around things, even if it's kind of uncomfortable or difficult or just challenging. So, yeah, I think that's kind of a few things that I was thinking about. I didn't want to talk for too long, because I didn't want people to start, overthinking and worrying and panicking. A lot of people right now are actually not working, at their job. They're either working remotely, or like me, I am actually a custodian, and I'm keeping my job pretty steady. As far as my company has informed us, we will not be out of work. We do a deep clean during the summer while college students are gone. Since I work at a college, the college students, they leave during the summer, most of them. So we do, more of the detail, deep cleaning. And so right now, we are currently still employed. We don't have to leave work. We actually have to do the disinfecting and the sanitizing. So, I know what I'm talking about in some ways, because, I am hearing it firsthand, like what we need to do to disinfect. Which brings me to another thing about disinfecting surfaces and stuff. I would really recommend also disinfecting anything that people touch with their hands. That means, microwave buttons, stovetop dials, handles, and doorknobs, and just anything that people touch. You need to kind of become more aware and more thoughtful about that, because being sick, even though you may not have a ton of energy, you can take a little stroll around, depending on how serious you're feeling. And of course, hopefully, if you're feeling very bad, you need to be seeing a doctor anyways. But, anything that you touch, especially, I know it sounds crazy, but your phones. If you have phones or gadgets that you touch a lot, please just, spray like a paper towel or a cloth and wipe that, probably every day. You're going to have to be disinfecting and cleaning, sanitizing multiple different things during times of sickness and illness. And once again, I'm not a medical expert. I just have experience. I did do training and I was certified to be a nurse's assistant, but I don't hold any, authority on any of these things. I really hope that people just take this with a grain of salt, and that you guys would just also add to it if you have any things that help you. And yeah, that's kind of all I can think of right now. And I really hope everyone's doing well. I just wanted to share this because, your health is actually super important. Once again, eating fruits and vegetable. I didn't say this yet, but also about, taking care of your body, staying healthy, is to eat plenty of healthy, fresh fruits and vegetables, and staying away from a lot of sugar and a lot of fatty fried foods. But of course, live your life, and if you want something, maybe use that moderately or just sparingly, even, because you want to make sure that your body is getting what it needs. It needs the nourishment and rest for its immune system to improve. That's really important. So, anyways, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm sure there's so much more to say, like on medicines and all of that. So, feel free to add to this if you want in the comments below. But yeah, that's all I have for today. And I hope that you guys are doing well. And yeah, thanks guys for watching. Bye.